Ma, what do you know about Engineer Funlola?
Okay, yes, like you all know, I'm engineer in Usoro. Engineer Funlola Ojelade is a very conscientious young lady. She is a woman of very high integrity, and if I could say so, her leadership skills really came to the limelight when she became the chairperson for APWEN, Abuja chapter. And as a dynamic and forward-looking 21st century leader, she digitalized most of the operations of APWEN Abuja chapter, talking about our website and other database things that we had to do. Funlola also commends the Ebele Okeke Best Female Science Student in secondary schools. That program was meant to identify girls with engineering aptitude. And she also started the Biennial Women Award that represents female engineers. It identifies a female engineer within the 2 years that impacts, that the 2 years of any chairperson's tenure that impacts the association during that time. I was actually a beneficiary of that title given to me by Engineer Yetunde Olaniyan. So I was the Biennial Woman for 2018-2019. Like I said, that's a program that was started by Funlola. She always had things up her sleeve. She even started the physics, that's to say maths, physics, and additional maths giants. That was a competition that was to help us identify young girls who had engineering bias. And this was because most times you'd find female girls in the sciences who would later on go on to read medicine. But since we wanted to mentor and guide young girls into engineering, the physics, maths giants was a platform that we could identify those who had no other choice but to do engineering. I think that should do for what I know about Engineer Funlola.
So what advice do you have for her?
Oh, advice. Well, Funlola, you're now the president of APWEN, and I'm sure that as vice president for 2 years, I'm sure you're fully aware of the enormous task ahead of you. My advice is that you should be a servant leader, and you must always have a listening ear. I'm glad to acknowledge that your predecessor, Felicia Agubata, she did very well in this regard. You should also endeavor to maintain regular council meetings, because that's the platform that will enable you to present your strategic plans, and then decisions can be made there, as well as discipline enshrined in the association. I actually do commend your proactive step in this regard, because I'm already aware that you are starting your entry into the Funlola as president. You're starting it with the 2020 APWEN retreat, which comes up on the 17th in Lagos. So I would say just focus on being humble, listen to others as you serve us. Lest I forget, on finances, you know I'm always talking about money. All I can say is that there's a global inflation. Things are hard. Funds are scarce. So in whatever you do, prudence I repeat, prudence is the watchword. You are a very confident engineer. You believe in yourself. I believe in you. And I know you can accomplish any task you set your mind on. So all I can say is, Funlola, congratulations once again, and I'm solidly behind you. I, Engineer Usoro, am at your service. Thank you.